very good.
Do we want to start the show at any point? Or nah?
Have you already started recording?
No, I didn't start recording.
How do you do it?
I wouldn't start recording yet.
Alright, so we're on. We're on?
We're on. Are you on?
Alright.
Right on.
Let's get this thing going.
Get on the boat and take it to Neverland.
Alright.
Alright.
I will.
Hi. What was that?
I just sniff. I'm doing cocaine.
That was... No, you were doing
Or
cocaine.
Kurt cocaine.
You were doing
coke cocaine.
Oh, either way, you know, it's a reference.
Welcome to the show, everyone. We're not gonna focus on this. We're just gonna kick it off.
We're just gonna...
We're just gonna go from
yeah, when did it start?
Oh,
it started right now.
it starts now.
We're doing it now.
This is it.
Yep.
Way to go quiet, everybody.
Alright, well, with us today,
Sorry.
Don't break things.
I broke the fourth wall.
Ah, you broke my guitar as well.
No,
No,
there's
sorry.
no guitar.
Oh,
There's-
I just did it.
focus on the podcast.
Like, what podcast? What are you talking
My
about?
name's Andrew. I'm here with Morgan and Kieran. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Alright.
Hi.
Yeah.
This is definitely part of the podcast.
No, look, we will start it when I edit all the other shit out.
No. Leave it in especially.
I leave whatever
Leave it
I feel in.
especially.
I've
Right,
got
let know.
editorial control of this thing. I own the machinery.
Yeah, alright, Hitler, just calm down.
Fein dein eines gun.
Edit.
Dun. That's not actually German. For anybody who's German, please write in at somebody else.
Alright, yeah, so,
Yes. We're here with
what's
Kieran.
been going on with you, Kieran?
What's been going on with me?
Yeah.
Currently, got a bit of cramp.
That time of the month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've got a V for vagina.
Yeah.
What? Am I allowed to say that?
You just said the word vagina on
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah.
You cunt.
Yeah.
So, big news.
I'm
Melbourne,
It's going no good.
they're off.
Yeah.
Back to Perth.
Yeah, I'm a traitor. But
I want to call you a cunt again.
yeah, I'll Skype you and we'll do this.
Well,
That would be good, actually.
we have the technology. We
Yeah.
can make something exciting happen where we drop in periodically.
and you'll be like, so how's the weather?
We're not talking
for
about the
Skype.
weather.
But, whoa, wait. So we're saying we can hook up Skype
Yeah.
to get Kieran in.
Oh, theoretically.
I suppose we just need the
But
video, though.
yeah.
It's
It's
better than a
right.
phone.
See that thing there? It's amazing.
Yeah, but I hate technology.
You fear it, don't you?
I enjoy my current knowledge of technology enough to
But
exist
it'd be like
as a human without constantly being amazed and falling
If
over.
there's any other potential,
there'll
you
be
don't want to know.
There'll be double distortion.
There won't be double distortion. I'll make it work.
You know, I don't even have a 3G phone.
Why not?
I've still got a GSM phone.
What kind of phone is it? No, don't tell me
a
what it
Nokia-
is. They don't need the press.
It's a Nokia something that I don't have a back to it, so the whole thing's held together with a hair tie,
Right,
so
but
the
it's-
battery doesn't fall out.
It's still got a like.
But it does the job. It's got
Yeah.
text, phone, calculator, Sudoku,
Is that all you need?
and calendar.
Has it
And
got
calendar.
Sudoku?
Yeah, it's got Sudoku. I'm
How do you
fucking
say it?
obsessed with Sudoku.
Sudo. Is it? How do you actually? Do you know how to say that word?
Sudoku?
Is it Sudoku?
Sudoku?
Because every time I see it, I'm tempted to go Sudoku, as if
Yeah.
I'm Japanese or something.
No, that's a reverse racism.
That's
to
a
us.
reverse-
They would know how to say it better than what a white man could.
A white man doesn't know how to say anything.
I'm being respectful. No, you're being reverse racist. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. But then again, my computer at home is built out of wood and was made in the 1830s. So.
You should probably take that to a
1.2
museum.
gigabytes of RAM. It's awesome.
1.2 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
That is huge. I don't know computers, obviously. Is that, I think,
You can buy fucking
I
memory
think my,
sticks.
I think
that
my
have-
phone does that, actually.
Yeah, your phone would
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's fucking awesome. Have
hate
you? What kind of phone have you got? Don't
so-
show it to me.
yeah, this is.
You're wearing my shorts, by the way. I've got shorts that are very similar to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then basically, just for the podcast viewers,
They're green.
I'm wearing green cargo kind of shorts.
Yeah.
There's cum stains everywhere. They match exactly to Morgan.
They are my pants, damn it.
They are now. You're like a cat walking around. Mine.
Am I allowed to turn my phone on?
It's LG.
Do you need to?
Yeah, no.
So it's not a fancy phone like
No
all these
Bluetooth.
commies have.
Alright. Does it have a touch screen or is it got buttons?
No, it's
You can touch it, but you
Man.
break it.
It's just the cheapo.
Look,
Look, that's fancier than mine. It's like a slide.
it's got a slidey ding. It's almost like, Star Trek, but
Yeah.
different.
It's like make it so.
Yeah, so I don't have a magic phone like you.
Get a magic
I'm not.
phone.
No, I'm not. Cool.
No, look,
I'm not cool.
I was skeptical, and I went to the phone shop just because I had needed to renew my contract, and the phone that I was working with was from the Stone Ages.
Yeah.
It didn't even.
Before you knew it, you hooked into an
It
e-meter
didn't
and
even
telling
have-
you about Dianetics and.
It didn't even have Snake on it. That's how how bad it was.
Yeah.
But
No
this
Snake.
new thing here, I'm not going to tell you what brand it is because it doesn't fucking matter. But like, it's got.
It's not HTC.
It's pretty much. It's not actually. It's pretty much you can touch it.
You've got like an Android phone or something.
It's
not
got,
Apple.
It's got Android
something
on it.
else.
And I'm happy to say it's got Android on it. But you can
He's
touch it.
fingering
Check
his-
this. Yeah, I'm fingering it right now. It's amazing. Come on, get your
Can I
paws
touch
in
it?
there. Get your
I'm
paws
not
in there.
going-
It's fine.
Ah!
Oh yeah, look at that.
I move the screen.
Moving it around, it's amazing. But the best thing is
That's what she said. Sorry, by the way.
no, it's got this this book application where basically if you want to download a book, you can go online and you can buy,
Like those
you can buy,
It's like a Kindle reader.
yeah, it's a Kindle reader kind of thing, but you can like buy all the stuff. But if you don't want to buy anything, if you want to be a cheap ass like me, you can go, what's free? And you go, shop, free stuff, search, and it's got all the shit that is out of copyright. So classics, if you want Twain, if you want,
Because copyright's essentially what? It's only like it's not even 100 years now. It's like 70 or something.
I don't know, it's something like that. But
And now I've moved it, but yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I don't care as long as I get some free stuff.
free
Who the
Dickens.
fuck wants to read a book on your phone?
Check it out.
No.
Look. Think about all the times you've been sitting around going, "Oh God, I wish I had a book. I've got my phone. I don't want to talk to anyone."
No, but like, look, even when I'm on the internet, I'm like, oh, there's a thesis on something that I'm interested
Look, it's
in.
amazing.
Yeah, I see you clicking
It's
your
amazing.
phone, flipping from
All
one
the
page
words.
to another.
Okay.
Yeah.
The book thing doesn't sell you. The book thing doesn't sell you. Like,
No.
what if you like?
I like the physical tangibility of a book in my hands.
Yeah, but
I
what?
sometimes read news articles on I can got internet on my phone and I can read news articles.
Oh, whoop-de-doo, look at you two. Off to the piano recital, I see.
What if you don't like a book? What if you want pictures as well? Like, yeah, you can do the YouTube thing, but fuck that. Who watches YouTube? Nobody watches YouTube.
I watch it.
Nobody watches YouTube. I mean,
I watch it all the time.
everyone watches YouTube.
By the
I
way,
was
we're
being-
sponsored by Telstra.
Okay, so you're being ironic.
I was being slightly ironic, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you like reading, but you also like pictures, check this shit out. Comics, man. Comics.
Oh, like interactive comics.
No, well, they're
Like
just
almost slightly animated.
Do you-
or?
do
no, they're
do
just
you think-
regular comics. But
Oh, wonderful! One panel at a time. I can get that over and done with I don't need to use my fingers that much to flip a page of a comic. Once, bang.
Yeah,
Flip
but you
the
have to
page,
kill
flip it over.
half a tree to get your comic book.
Yeah, but fuck it. How much fucking chemicals and shit went into making your friggin' phone?
Yeah, but like I've got this for as long as the contract lasts, 2 years, and then I shut up. Checkmate,
I'm with
checkmate,
you,
my
but
friend.
You know my outlook on this whole situation.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's cool, and I didn't have to pay for it, and I get content that I don't have to pay for.
That's
You
pretty
have
cool.
to pay for it, don't you?
Sweet.
You're on a plan.
I'm on a plan, and I pay $45 a month
That's pretty good.
through whatever provider it is for unlimited calls and a certain amount of internet for free.
Yeah.
So, like, if
Well,
I'm
yeah,
paying for
well,
the...
this is like-
Oh, quickly.
I'm getting nothing. Like, I'm paying... I've got...
And you're not even sponsored by.
Yeah, I'm not... Well, see, I'm not even sponsored by whichever company it is, because I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, who gives We've already said so many
Yeah.
brands, but fuck it.
Yeah,
we're not commercial
But
television.
you just don't want to direct people. You don't want.
yeah.
your
I don't
opinion to
want
direct people
that.
to
I don't
something.
want people to go, oh, that's a good idea, because like they're not giving me money to give. You know.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a free market.
Apparently, Sylvester Stallone is dead as well. I
Is
just
he?
remember that.
Really?
Apparently, he died about a week
What?
ago. Yes, I don't. I
What?
reckon it's bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up
I
on
reckon
my
it's
phone.
bullshit. Yeah, do it. Look it up right now.
yeah.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon Sylvester Stallone is dead?
No,
If Arnold Schwarzenegger's still going,
Rocky.
Stallone
Rocky's still got.
can't
He's still
be
got
dead.
Eye of a Tiger. Yeah, he's still fighting the challenge of a rival.
Fighting the cause.
I'm gonna look up IMDb
He's
because it's the
Rambo.
be all and end all of people who are alive.
What
and
about Wikipedia?
He's still he's got his birthday.
I think Mickey.
And there's no end date.
There's no
Mickey
end.
Ah,
Rourke's
it's
more likely to
bullshit.
die.
I'm glad we cleared that up. 'Cause that's
Mickey
been doing
Rourke.
my head in for the last.
Yeah,
Mickey Rourke is never going to die. He's like what's his name? Guy from the Stones.
Oh, fucking Keith.
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah. He cannot be killed by conventional weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
maybe one day I'll get a better phone.
Get
but
a better
I
phone.
Can't be, what's it going to do for me?
what isn't it going to do for
How
you?
is it going to better my life? It's going to make me more distracted. I'm not going to get shit done.
Since
What's he never had those moments where you're like in a bus and you rather than stare at some girls. Okay, shit, I just said too much.
Sorry, girlfriends, respectively.
It's a good way to like look at it. No, I'm looking at the phone. Yeah.
I'm just checking a message. Why is the other hand down the pants? I'm just scratching.
I'm multitasking. God.
Who gets off on porn you can look at on your phone? Oh, look at all the pixels. I reckon they represent either an armpit or a vagina. I'm going to use my
If you have a HD phone, this is really small. It's amazing.
I'll just use a laptop. Fuck.
What if you haven't even got a laptop?
I
So
know.
your argument is invalid.
My computer's that old. It takes up half the house.
Yeah, it's true.
Just for calculator. I don't really care.
Yeah, like technology's cool, but if it's not a thing that's like actually going to make your world better and you can't afford it, then don't even worry about it. Don't look at it and go, "Oh, I need to be that and I need to have that."
Well, you seem to be really oh, this is awesome.
I'm only excited about it because I'm not paying for it. If I had to pay for it, I'd probably be a little bit disappointed, to be honest with you.
That's what they all
Okay.
say. They hooked you onto a 2-year contract.
Yeah,
We have to pay $45
yeah,
a
but
month.
I was spending that much in phone credit anyway if I was doing prepaid. So
Yeah.
So it ends up financially, you're the same.
yeah,
You just got a new toy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has lasers and amazing things.
yeah, and comics, and I love comics.
Yeah. Comics. I'm surprised they haven't died out, man.
They're not gonna die.
With the age of the technology we've got now, you can animate something so simply just with
Yeah,
a bit of
but-
software. But I can't believe that comics are still.
There's a complete different, it's a different format. It's like trying to compare television to cinema. They're both essentially the same thing, but they're different,
Sizes.
approaches.
No, but also what I mean is that, when we were kids growing up, we had cartoons.
Yeah,
When we were kids, there wasn't the internet, but
Yeah.
we had comics and blah blah blah. But it seems to me like these days, kids are pummeled so much with fucking,
Internet.
internet and download this and music, and then there's the thing, and it's all awesome and it's flashy and it's great. Taking the time to read one panel at a time. As a kid, I don't. To me, it feels like the old comic book crowd. They're keeping the dream alive, but I don't.
You don't reckon kids are reading comics?
I reckon young kids are getting into it.
I
I don't reckon.
I reckon there's some people. There's a niche.
I'm talking about this because I'm wanting to start my own project. So I'm just like, yes, everybody's reading comics. I'm being positive about it, and I believe.
Do one about Superman. Apparently, there's a niche market for that. Oh, I just thought of that one.
You're an idiot.
Come on, it was good.
No, it was pretty good.
Suck me off.
All right. All right, maybe later. Yeah, but people are still reading comics. I mean, it's taking a different process these days. I mean, I'm not.
But what's the future of it? Like, is it 60-year-old men wearing baseball caps playing video games, going, "Dude, I love your comic, man"?
I don't think it is.
But
Man.
you know what
Really?
the problem is?
Yeah.
There's too many comic book movies being made.
No, it's helping the industry. It's making more
It's a
people
reference
aware.
point for people. To
Oh,
say
it's
that,
making more people aware of that particular culture because they're
So they
like
can bring it back, so it started again kind of thing.
Yeah.
So people, like...
it's like every time a movie comes out that involves
pedophiles.
I don't know, like Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Pedophiles. Yeah.
Yeah, or that particular movie which you're so excited about.
Why no, Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
I
right.
thought that was a gay one.
No,
sorry.
that's a gay one. Yeah.
Same thing.
Two-
Lord
two
of the Rings,
towers.
pedophiles.
What is wrong with you people?
We're thinking outside the box.
Obviously.
And more towards the penis.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. But I don't think that comic books are dying. I think the format is changing. Yeah, it used to be when we were kids, and long before that, it was about the physical idea of this $3 rag that you'd buy every month to get a snippet of a
Women
story.
do that.
I don't think it costs $3 for them though.
No, but every month they buy a $3. Okay, forget it. Don't worry. I was stretching that one, but keep going. That's what the season.
Okay, that other woman that was in our audience, no more.
Fuck it. Shut the fuck up and just cop it.
That's what you tell all of them.
Yeah. Maybe that date, call it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How's that going to go for you?
Yeah, probably good.
Yeah. Okay.
They're on drugs and paid him up. It should be fine. Did he do anything bad to you? The donkeys. The donkey. What about the donkeys? They're made of magic. Yeah, get this woman out of here.
Anyway, comics.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
Why didn't he
Look,
do
I mean,
it
I don't
more?
know.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, it's definitely showing, the age when you start going, why didn't he change it? It was good, and it used to, when, like, the Beatles used to be good, I don't know. And then you go, why do they have to have techno? And now I'm becoming old. Like
you're becoming an old person, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as rock and roll, except probably not as influential. But, comic books are just taking a different form now. They're coming out of that, printed little bound piece of paper rag thing that you can buy.
Well,
and you
should
can,
keep
and people
going.
are like, the industry is no longer controlling it like it used to be Marvel and DC and a couple other smaller ones.
Yeah.
And with the music industry, it used to be, like EMI, Universal, and various other ones.
Yeah.
And because of the proliferation of the internet, it's freed people up from going, we don't need to look to these giants anymore for this particular content. So every man and his dog can make a comic.
It's more free market geeky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely more free market, definitely.
I like to call it free market.
Yeah, it's geek. Yeah, geek.
I'll keep it to myself.
But with the internet, this will open up, I reckon, a Pandora's box. Because, is the internet... Internet's now become mainstream, it's not geeky anymore.
Yeah.
So, it's almost like geeks have to find... It's harder to become geeky, because everything... everything's...
Well, you've got the geek chic and that, it's been acquired into pop culture.
Glasses, like your buddy was... Who's the new look, the hipsters and all that, where the...
But when you're thinking about that particular...
I think it was an old patagram that we've moved away from.
Yeah, but when you're thinking about that geek, cool and that sort of thing, you're looking around in the inner city where you live and that kind of thing, and there's a bunch of people doing that. You go out to the rest of, the world, the rest of,
suburbs,
Australia, out in the suburbs. Yeah, it exists in pockets and that sort of thing, and they're probably a little more prevalent than they were.
Yeah.
But it's still not a thing that everybody does.
I think it was...
it's a subculture,
also, that the notion of that, I think it was compounded by the 70s and 80s with American movies. Or oh, look at the geek, or look at that nerd. Like, that's a weird 70s, 80s American shit. Like, in Australia, it's like, oh, yeah, that bloke, he likes computers and maths. We don't really play sport with him. Bang, that was the end of it. And then we get this influx of this cultural. We now suddenly have a cultural reference. We can latch onto certain words, like. And I think nowadays, I mean, fuck, I don't know. Maybe the kids at school are doing this, but I think from what I've seen, it's the internet's more prevalent, and kids don't really care that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in some ways,
I don't think it's a stigma that's still.
I
I don't like, but like in some ways, because like the internet, it's dumb. The internet's become dumbed down. Like people are using, the spelling is not good. Then so you got idiots going on like Facebook.
Well, Facebook is the breeding ground of idiots. It's the mecca for people who don't know how to use a computer.
I love seeing that you're an idiot. Y-O-U-R. An idiot. My an idiot. What? Fuck you.
But like, like Facebook and like just because everybody is using Facebook doesn't mean that everybody is using they're not using the internet to its potential. You know, they're using Facebook. They've got their Gmail or the Yahoo account, and they talk to their friends through that, and they probably look at what's on TV. Sort of thing.
But are you talking statistically?
Yeah, I just think like it's
Majority,
annoying. Like so you like the default go to your defaults maybe Yahoo, and then people like what there's like Yahoo News. I don't know why my default's Yahoo 7 because I think.
Run by a bunch of cowboys. If it's not Yahoo, it's Yeehaw.
Why?
Yahoo's now owned by Channel 7, I think.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And
I think it's the other way around.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
what? Channel 7's owned by Yahoo.
Yeah.
No way.
Yahoo was Yahoo an American invention or
So
okay, you might be right on that one. Yeah.
Okay, but and usually the news is shit, and so it's like lowest common denominator stuff, and then you get maybe you watch something interesting, and then somebody, and it's just troll like YouTube troll. You watch something, even if you watch something intellectual, the amount of trolling.
Oh, you see the link.
There's nothing more. There's nothing more depressing to me than reading the comments on any website anywhere. It's just like because anybody who doesn't know when to just watch a thing. Take it in. If you don't like it, move on to something else. Don't sit there and go, go for it. No.
And it's usually something stupid. They just go, this guy's fucked. Or they go, even worse, they just go, my dick's big.
Yeah, and then you get the defenders of the people going, no, you should realise he's saying this because blah, blah, blah. It's
encouraging.
Why are you even... You don't care about that person's opinion. You're just angry that someone doesn't like something that you like. And that's it. And the only way you can feel better about yourself is to attack that person directly, as opposed to going, why does his opinion matter? I don't care. I'm watching something that I enjoy. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, both the people are very small. The idiot who wrote something stupid, and then the person who's trying to...
He takes the bait, and he fucking goes for it. Nah, fuck.
They're both small-minded, just as small-minded, but it's annoying if...
Unless, let's just say it was... I mean, it's fine on, like, trivial sort of shit, but... If it's an in-depth thing, like let's just say you put on I don't know, a thing about climate change.
Yeah.
And someone goes, well, actually, statistics say blah, 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 it doesn't exist. And then underneath that, someone goes, well, actually, I think you find blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things, to me, if I'm generally scrolling through, I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But not like a film clip and someone is like, the lead singer's a fag. And someone else is like, he's banging heaps of chicks. Don't talk about him like that. He's my boyfriend. I love him in a weird heterosexual way. Like that kind of stuff. I'm like, it's fucking benign.
Yeah. Some people they watch something they've never seen before and they go, "What the fuck was this guy?" And you're like, "Why'd you watch it if you're not appreciating it?" Kind of.
Yeah. Thing. Yeah, and also you had the energy to write something about it.
I'm livid. I've got the ability to communicate because I'm in my bedroom. Nobody else is going to listen to me.
Yeah.
Maybe these people out here will respond.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is funny. I mean, this is one thing I was thinking about today, and I came across this. I've told you two, but for the people listening. I went on a bit of a journey today.
It was a dream quest.
It was a road trip.
Oh, road trip.
Ended up going to Lorne, to
And not just out the front of his house.
Apollo Bay, a whole bunch of forests and rainfalls along the way, which was rad. It was fucking awesome.
Rainfalls? Well, it was raining a lot.
Did I say rainfalls?
You said rainfalls.
Awesome. Rainforest.
Means rainforest.
So rainforests, and it was really beautiful. It was a really relaxing day. It was nice to get away. But on the way back, I heard probably about 5-6 songs.
Right.
Now,
just on general radio?
yeah, just radio news shit that's out.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what song I'm talking about. It starts off with a piano tune, then the drum beat kicks in, and someone starts singing very soulfully. After that, it cuts. It cuts off, and the guy starts rapping. Then it cuts back to the chorus, where there's the...
Oh, is it Evanescence? What are we talking about?
There's imagine some guy going like, "You're my girl, and I'll never leave you again." Yeah, you never seen it. You're never gonna believe it.
Was this
park.
Kanye West?
Something like that.
Are you making a point of going? It all sounds the same.
My point is that method. I heard some song with some dude singing. It's like the sky's full of lanterns or something, and then Eminem starts singing, and then... But it's like this fucking staple that's been going on since the 90s. Like, there was songs like... What I liked about the 90s with those people, they didn't just stick to the pattern of, soul singing, rap, chorus, repeat. Yep. They actually did the point, not only emulating that method, they went to the point of emulating... Okay, there's going to be a black woman that sings, and she does the clean,
so random,
the clean vocals, and there's going to be a rapper.
He's going to be white.
And he's going to be a musclehead dude who looks like a friggin' bulldog.
Is that backwards?
Yes.
Going, yeah, baby, I know what you want. I got a lot of things, and I don't know how to count.
Yeah. I can't believe it. I'm like, are we still doing this shit?
Yeah.
And then also, fucking Nickelback. I'm like, and just sitting in the car, I just thought to myself, I'm like, I am already my father. When I was, my father was like 40 or 50, whatever, and I was like, teens.
How old is he now? Is he like 87?
No, he's 60.
Oh, right.
Something, 62, 63.
He's wow.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Age.
But,
that's something worth doing good on you for.
You made it this far. But yeah, I remember coming home with CDs and I go, "Oh, I should listen to this."
Yeah.
It just gives me this look of,
what the fuck?
okay.
He didn't say what the fuck. He said, "What the frig?"
Yeah. Oh, what the fridge is this? Christian. Anyway, yeah. So, I've got to this point now where I can't listen to new music. So I listen to it. I just think, this is rubbish. It's rubbish. You're seriously enjoying this? You really? Are you enjoying the?
Did he have these conversations with you?
He didn't word it as such.
But the eyebrows.
Yeah, the eyebrows walking out of the room. No, I don't want to hear the rest of it. No, but there's a great bit coming up. No, I don't want to hear the rest of it. And then putting on a record and going, come in here and listen to this.
Yeah.
And me being a kid going, actually, this is fucking good music, like classical music and the guys that started, like Led Zeppelin or Bob Dylan or
What, the guys that started Bob Dylan?
No, you know what I'm talking about. The guys that started this movement of modern pop.
Maybe the
what's popular sort of thing. And it's turned into this bullshit where someone farts into a microphone, puts it through a computer, and then auto-corrects it.
Sounds awesome. I want to hear this.
Maybe, so the bottom line is music's getting worse.
It's eating itself so bad.
No, I don't.
There are a few people, but that are still doing good stuff. Yeah, sure.
I believe that music is alive and well in the people who believe in it. It's just that the machine, the industry has gotten so small. It's like for people who are actually being paid to do this shit anymore. And it's all the same stuff, and they're all just recycling it.
But it's running out. There's only so many combinations of notes you can put together before it starts getting more...
Dude,
more.
and we haven't already exhausted that?
Oh, no, of course we've already exhausted that. But what I'm saying is, what disturbs me is, like, I feel like I'm an old man going, didn't they just play this song? No, this is a different artist.
Ah, so you've got that whole gap in memory thing.
No, but... do you guys know...
Rehashing style.
Yeah, it's like there's a method, and it's become the staple thing, and you do this, then you do that, then you have the heartbreaking thing, then you have the rap thing, and you've got the... It's like, hey, this is so fucking predictable. Like, I want to go listen to something... I'm going to go listen to Gregorian chant, because I'm over this shit.
And you think they didn't rip each other off? It was all... What am I listening to? Is this the the Benedictine monks, or is this the any other monk that you can think of? Pull one out of your hat.
Think of another monk.
Come on,
another monk.
Yeah,
Franciscans.
Hey, well done.
It's definitely clever if a band tries, if they're gonna go, use a style, go as far back as possible, rather than just like.
There's still creativity.
Why are we still rehashing 90s in the it's the 20s. I reckon the noughties. I don't think there was much in the noughties.
I think with every age, you got to pick and choose the few, and the ones that stand out definitely influence the next evolution. You know
so
what I mean?
that's so like 80s, it's like Michael Jackson and Prince and all that, Madonna,
Kylie Minogue.
Well, I also believe that the way we absorb pop culture now has completely changed.
There's definitely a dictatorship.
Think about back in the 60s when rock and roll was being pushed out to everybody. How did people go and find out about music?
Well, it was thrown at them.
Yeah, there was the radio, Top the Pops.
Yeah.
That sort of
But
thing.
in some ways, there's some selection. In some ways, it's better, like having DJs who choose. Some ways, like, oh man, it's like these days the DJs on radio, they don't get people into music. They just get comics. I do stand-up comedy. I shouldn't really be dissing DJs who are
comics as well. No, that's cool. Like, don't worry, nobody else is going to hear this.
Yeah.
Censor yourself if you wish.
Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
No, but yeah. There's not as many hardcore DJs.
Or even parkour DJs. I don't see anyone jumping off walls trying to spin. Sorry, keep going.
Well, no, like with that particular thought in mind, just thinking about Triple J, which I've not listened to.
Heard today. Guess what I heard?
Yeah, there's only a few
soulful singing with a rap dude jumping in. Yeah.
But the idea of DJs who were actually fans of music and believed in it and grew the sound of what was happening on the radio, that doesn't happen so much anymore, because it's all pushed by companies who are saying play our music and we'll give you money for it, as opposed to just play this because you might think it's cool. Like the whole thing's changed.
But also you've got someone in the radio that they have an agenda.
Yeah.
And their agenda is, this is the music that needs to fit into this time
slot.
But you're just the monkey that talks in the microphone to introduce it. Like
it has
it's
been.
Not up to
it has been since the 70s too. I mean,
yes. It used to be different, but it's definitely changed.
But people used to get their music from TV, radio, probably what they see in films, and people that hang out with. So if there's a local scene going on, now to get your international acts, like the only way to get it was through media and that sort of thing. Everybody's connected to the internet.
Yes, and it's
So
amazing.
like
awesome.
if there's stuff that you're into, it's going to be drawn to you because you're out there looking for it. But if you're just a consumer, like who doesn't actively go out to find that stuff, there's that shit on the radio. But there's a bunch of good stuff that's going on that you're missing out on.
The problem with the internet is actually it doesn't have good search you know, sometimes it's good to have an expert, like I'm saying, like the old DJs
Yeah.
who you're like a lay you're like say it's like lay Buddhist, like you like certain aspects and you just wanna so you go to your guru kind of thing. Yeah, there's no like doing a search on the search engine.
It's not gonna bring back exactly
The best,
what you want.
what's going to be the coolest? Yeah.
That's not entirely your fault that either, because if the people who are trying to get their music out there on their websites and whatever, and don't have an understanding of how to promote their music through search engines, like using various boring shit like meta tags and stuff like that. If they don't know how to do that, then they're not going to come up.
So you got to be a geek to.
Yeah, you've got to be a geek to be able to get your shit out there.
Wow.
Or at least proactive.
You got to be savvy.
Or
at least know some.
Or know some sucker that's going to do the shit for you. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but even if you don't know that, if you're proactive enough, you can go on forums and other things just create, get the word out, sort of thing.
But then the person who is not savvy, like what Kieran's talking about, is not on the forum, finding out about this stuff. They're just
but then again, I don't know that many awesomely creative people who
actually
can't fucking figure that shit out. Unless it's a monkey with a xylophone.
Look, you'd be surprised. I knew this amazing monkey with a xylophone.
But how awesome was that?
Trevor.
Trevor?
Yeah.
Trevor the monkey?
Trevor the monkey. He played the xylophone. It was like amazing. He knew all the notes.
Yeah,
he went from A to G. He went to H one time. I said no. And he went, I'm sorry. And took it back down to F, and I said, that's cool.
Was it? You have to...
Yeah. You have to burn a monkey before...
If someone drops a banana peel on the ground, you have to B sharp, because if you slip on it, you B flat. Oh, it's not great. Whatever. I know, it's something like that.
That's
anyway.
an oldie, isn't it?
Yeah. What I was thinking about before was how awesome was it when, like, with the radio and Triple J. I remember when the Opeth, I first heard them on the radio, and I'm like, these guys are fucking rad. This is so awesome.
Look,
But they weren't in Orange. None of their cities were in Orange. And I only after hearing about maybe 3 songs that did, I made a judgment off that. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to hear a whole album.
Yeah.
So I made the dedication. I went to the music store there, Country Town. Blah, 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 order it, can you? They're like, yes, we can. I'm like, please, cool. It will be in 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But
3 weeks later, got it, loved it, and I absorbed that experience and that album so much more. But these days...
I believe that if you're a kid and, you're in that situation where you want something, it's not about, if maybe there is a radio station that is, there is some guru telling you where stuff is.
Yeah.
Or there's a website that you subscribe to that, people are reviewing stuff and you're like, oh, I'm interested in that kind of thing. You don't need to, go to the record store anymore. You can just go online.
And, no, and that's my other point was that I found... and. Also, with that, there's a band I found online after someone recommended it called Explosions in the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a couple of songs, and I'm like, these guys are fucking amazing. So I downloaded a full album, and I'm like, this is music I would listen to, day in, day out. Definitely a favourite band, 100%. But in that haze of excitement, I got it over and done with so quickly. Internet download, listen, bang, it's on my computer. I haven't gone back and listened to that for fucking ages.
You don't have the bated anticipation of a record release. Or,
but it's also the intimacy of the getting from one point to another. And I found it's also with knowledge. When the internet was shit and no one had it except for public libraries, we had to pay heaps of money.
I had to pay at the library? What are you talking about? You never had to pay at the library.
I can't remember. It was ages ago. I can't remember.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You got a time limit though.
You had to book it.
It's an hour or whatever. Yeah. But what I found is that when I was interested in a subject, at that time, it was things like Aleister Crowley and
Jane Austen.
No,
that was
certain science topics and philosophy. Definitely philosophy.
No,
I used to dedicate. I'm like, I'm going to spend the next 40 minutes walking to the library, hoping to God they have something. I'd trawl up and down the aisle and then finally find a book. That'll do. I'd read that book and I would absorb that information so well.
Yeah.
But I found as soon as the internet came on, I'm like, well, I'm curious about this thing. Click, enter. Oh, there's a page about it. Read. Cool. I'm over it. Bang. Move on to something else. And then 2 days later, I would probably be able to sum up maybe 20% of what I read. But this when I had this journey in front of me, this dedication and journey thing, couldn't just get it straight away at the click of a finger.
Yeah.
I absorbed that a lot more.
Like I'm just gonna chuck it out there.
Yeah.
But it might have something to do with the amount of alcohol you were imbibing at the time as well. You know.
No,
like when you were a 14-year-old at the library, you had a gazillion brain cells just go. Yeah, knowledge, thirst. Ah. But now you've just got a thirst for booze. And the knowledge is like, oh, maybe we'll see how we go with that.
It's a powerful argument, but the only reason it's a flawed argument is because before I was drinking booze, and when the internet came in, that's when I started noticing this thing happening. And also to back this up, there was
pictures or it didn't happen.
Whatever. No, there was a it was a psychologist, I think.
Johnny Sackle
came out. Some psychologist did this test,
right.
And I'm like, I read this thing only recently, and I'm like, holy fuck, that just proves it. Because I thought I was going mental.
Is this self-referential though? Did you read it on the internet, and that's why?
No, but
ironically,
I know the same document.
Ironically, I did.
On the same, about.
And he proved it. He got a bunch of people, and he said, you need to find this information, and he gave them this thing where they had to go and do it, and then he gave them the easy one. Oh, here's the internet page. You just have to turn the monitor on, you get it. Once they've both got the information, they're both people or sides, they've got like 10, 15 minutes to absorb it. They come back, they wait 2 hours, and then ask them what was the information. And by far, the people who just went, click, internet, they couldn't remember anything.
But they're very good at clicking.
I think it makes sense, when you have that journey, you've got that emotional ride. It builds the dedication into retaining that knowledge. You're like, I'm not going to fucking climb over mountains and punch dinosaurs to forget something.
I reckon there's a bunch of factors that could have something to do with that. And it could come down to the point that, when you're looking at a book, you're reading off a page which is reflecting light at you, which is not as bright and therefore not as distracting as when you're reading off a screen, which is like shining lights right into your eyes.
There's that factor, and also the factor of, is the subject at hand interesting to the participant?
If you're just looking at it online it depends on how you
and you maybe get distracted by those ads that pop up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're like, I do need a penis extension. No! Worms galore.
Go to the council, apply for it.
No, but I had a thought. I had a thought about.
The gazebo failed. I need a penis extension.
It's not about penis extensions.
It's not? Okay.
It's about patios, I know it.
We're talking about music. Yeah, I think for me, it was people that influenced me to go to music. So rather than, I find, trying to look up similar music. It's not the same as sometimes. Yeah, we get more power with someone we respect, we like. They like that, and then they say, "Try this," and you try it, and you. Especially if you're like...
I'm thinking drugs now.
But it's like...
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you're in the right mood, it's like, trying something by yourself, as opposed to in a social situation. You could say it's like drugs.
I suppose like influential people.
But it's also...
And also the environment. You listen to it in a group situation, that band that suddenly you go, whoa, you're right.
Yeah, but it's the same as what you're just talking about with the way like if looking up something on the internet is different to going out and searching for it in a book or something like that. That's
dedication.
Yeah,
that's fucking dedication.
But if you're watching TV and there's a DJ a video DJ or however it is, like picture Rage, you know, a certain band is playing a bunch of songs that you've never heard before. You've got to sit there for the entire length of that time and go on the journey with them and hear every single song. If you're like, you know, if you read a article that somebody said, yeah, and you've got the opportunity to click on this, click on that, and click on that, you don't get to actually go on the journey.
Yeah, and
you take bits out of it.
So your journey watching Rage is usually half asleep.
Yeah, but because you're half asleep, you're in that state where you're taking shit in. You know, like it's kind of like lucid. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but it's half lucid dreaming, like half taking in this stuff, like, and you're actually. Yeah, now I'm just spooky and mystical.
I know what you're saying. You're in a very suggestive state.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm really tired. I can't be fucked thinking about that bill. I can't be fucked answering my phone. I'm just going to sit here and absorb this shit.
Yeah, well,
and then bang, you're an audience member that's dedicated to
like
whatever the fuck.
that's the only thing that's happening.
Yeah, that's what advertisers prey on. Like, when oh shit, I feel like cheesing. Yeah.
yeah.
That's why, I saw that corn film clip and, I ended up going home and buying Doritos.
Yeah, it's like that. The time I watched that Nine Inch Nails film clip with the laptop, and his face comes out, and when it finished, I wanted to burn all my Nine Inch Nails CDs and smash Apple into the ground.
So, people who talk about the weather, what's that about? Well, you know when you're like...
You and I had this chat recently.
Yeah, I'm just yeah.
I
I found myself susceptible to it because I'm in a situation, like I work with people on a daily basis where you've got to fill in gaps of what to talk about.
It never comes out of a direct silence. It's never the first thing out of your mouth to start a conversation. It always comes when you're in a conversation in this extended period of silence.
Yeah.
Do you think it's increased more now that it's now become political with global warming and
that? Don't.
No, you know what? If there was a conversation about, global warming and all that sort of shit, I would welcome that because it's actually intelligent and there's a purpose and you can get somewhere. But just to go,
yep,
it's warm today.
Saw a cloud today.
It's like you're standing
there. There
there.
were 2 clouds yesterday. What's that about?
You're at the petrol station and you're waiting for your FPOS transaction to go through, and they're like, so it's been hot, has it? I don't know. Was that a question? What? Yes, it's been hot. What? And then beep. See ya. Why did you talk to me just then? Why couldn't we just stand here and
even from a salesman's perspective, it's like you've already got. If you're a customer walking up and you're asking for their business, the sale is complete. You don't need to build rapport with a customer to try and get the stuff. He's got his fucking FPOS card out. It's just it's 100% useless. 100% useless.
Although, but it's been raining a whole lot.
Although I gotta be honest,
today.
I do have my own version of that when I get into a taxi.
Yeah, what's your taxi story?
How's your night been? That's to me I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, and they're like, what are you talking about? I don't know what accent that is. It's
generic. Sounds like you stumbled out of a soup kitchen.
What are you talking about?
$5, please.
What are you talking about? It's the night that I have all of my nights in the corner. I don't know. I don't have an accent for taxi drivers because, they come from all parts of the world.
If only we could compound it. Get into a taxi and talk about the weather.
I think we could.
Or the opposite, go to a petrol station and go, so seen a lot of taxis driving around these days, and just see the response that you get back. So this guy looks at you really confused, like, what is he talking about? Seen the taxi drivers lately? Yes? Yeah, what do you think about that? I don't know. And then jump straight into, yesterday was cold. And then just that, I think that would bring the immediate reality of how stupid these
I don't know, but
are.
I think that's a task for you guys and me included. When in your day-to-day transactions of exchanges, that's the word, exchanges of words with people at shops or anything like that. If somebody starts talking about the weather, just chuck something completely non sequitur in there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And I mean, you know,
I'm going to go take a piss just for the people listening.
That's a good one.
But
yeah.
I shall.
So how's the weather?
You know,
I shall return very shortly.
you know what I'm going to do?
Well-
I'm going to do something unprecedented, and I'm going to pause
Don't
this.
pause. Don't, because this is gold.
Yeah, I know it's
I wanna
gone.
hear what you guys talk about.
I don't want to talk while you're gone. I actually really need to wee too. Wait, you know what?
Can I get a drink?
It's break time. And we're back.
Where do we
Where did we go?
Where did we go? We left because you needed to urinate.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit lighter now?
I am, actually.
Excellent. Do you feel
I'm
good?
I'm glad
Are you happy?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't be wanting to protest about anything that we wanted to talk about next, then, would you?
Well, yes, I do, actually. I would like to occupy this microphone by saying I don't think we should have paused the podcast while I had a piss. I think, but then I realised that we all needed to do things outside of the room of the microphone. So you know what? Yeah,
You know what?
I'm with you now.
Think about it like this.
So
Yes.
now, you know what? I'm the 50%.
You had some gripes, and
Right, that's why I have to pee.
you had some gripes, and you're like, change the world, but you didn't think about anybody else in the world, and then you protested.
I didn't think that. Yes, this is correct.
What a cunt.
This
I'm
is
putting
correct.
that out there. Anyway, yeah. So, what do we think about protesting?
Oh,
Go. Yes, you're on the spot now. This is
I want to be involved just because I've never done it, but
it's like no sex.
but yeah, probably sex is better.
Is there any cause you would back for protesting?
Anyone?
Probably the chick that plays the violin.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I'll give you that. That's good.
But yeah, I personally think, I'd protest by spend my dollar. You can protest.
So it's a one man.
Yeah, or create boycotts kind of thing. Send email. I don't know.
What about the girls? Where are they going to sleep in with the kids? No, it's fine creating a boycott.
It took me a while to get that.
Yeah,
but because or create newspapers that that the internet's good for sharing information. Protests, it just gets you get right wing people or whoever doesn't like it going, oh bloody these people, and they just then it doesn't it counter you gotta make your own message rather than just be noise kind of thing. If you're just noise, people just complain and then people just see you as noise. If you actually use intelligence, write books, write newspaper articles.
Is it about finding an audience who's willing to listen to what you have to say, or is it about changing people's minds? Is it about raising awareness for something that everybody you think should be aware of it, and then all like?
I
but
think
they're not for some
you can
reason.
have. I think you can have both different people protesting for either reasons. Look, some people. Protesting in general, I think is fine as long as it's a cause that's not fucking stupid.
But that Tiananmen Square shit, what the fuck?
Right, yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but things like, where's it? It's in Cairo. It's Temen, I think it's called. Temen Square.
Don't know.
It's funny you said Temen Square, but
No,
I think it's called
that was in
Temen.
China.
T-H-I-M, something like that. Temen Square
They just ripped it
in
off.
Egypt or Cairo. First they protested really fucking strongly,
Right.
and they went, get these cunts out of the government.
Yeah.
And there were that many people, and it was that fucking chaotic. it had an effect. The dude resigned. Yep, I'll back off.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we'll put the military in charge until we have the official elections. Oh, running away now. So the military got involved, and the people were like, the Egyptians were like, fuck, awesome, it's great. Anyway, fucking 2 months later, they're going, shit's kind of, we're not happy, you guys have really fucked some shit up. Recently, this is over the last week, they've protested again. Then they found out that the Egyptian army or whatever were using chemicals, you throw the canister, the gas comes out. In America, it's flashbang grenade, they call it. But over there, it's not just harmless gas, it's like poisonous, harmful shit that can fuck
It's like
you up.
mustard gas or...
Like cyanide.
Yeah. Not as bad as that, but it'll fuck you up. It's pretty bad. Anyway, and then once that came out, they're like, ho, fuck you. And then you'll see, if you go online, you can see photos recently in the last week, and it's huge, and they're angry, and they're smashing the fuck out of anything that they can find.
Right.
So the military's gone, well, we can't exactly shoot to death our entire nation. Yeah, we might want to back down.
Well, that's nice.
And so now they've got a cause going, like the protesting is, in both cases, has definitely made a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, okay, that's... And I think so, because those guys are getting fucked over every day of their life.
Yeah, so basically protest is... When there's no democracy, protesting is necessary. You know what I mean?
When there is democracy, I think it has to be done... Oh, well, you could say there's democracy in Egypt, and there is to a degree, but I think in Australia, it needs to be done the right way, because there's so many different people. Like, you need to have an agenda. You need to make your agenda fucking realistic, and the people that aren't on board, I think you need to educate them. So I think if you're going to be protesting, unless the majority are just like, nah, we don't need to educate people because we're all pretty much aware of this, I think you need to be very smart if you want to be successful. Yeah, but protesting in general?
Protesting is, what it is, though. It's saying we're not happy with something. So, like, do you think that if you protested against something, like, within, the certain parameters that is set by the government in the democracy, you have to do this and this and this and this to, get your voice heard and that kind of thing. And they're like, this is acceptable ways of protesting. If you defy those acceptable ways of protesting, but the thing that you're saying is still meaningful, at least to you, do you think it's okay to, like, break the accepted levels of protest?
Yeah, I'm totally about freedom of speech and all that.
But, like, if you're aware that you work in a certain system and you have something to say which you feel is important, and you're like, okay, well, we're here to do this thing here, but we know that we're going to get shut down at a certain point. And then at the certain point when you get shut down, they go, no, this isn't fair. Is that okay as well, or is that you being a pussy? Is that you being like,
Yeah, look, I agree. To me, if today, right now, someone came out and they said, look, smoking and alcohol is illegal, and I go, what? This has just come in now. And they go, it's contraband. If you're found with this shit, you can go to jail. I look in my fridge. I've still got a 6-pack, and I've got 10 smokes left. And cops start knocking at the door. Thank fuck I hide it very quickly. But that's something that is out of the blue and crazy. Or even let's just take it to another level. Like, if you have tattoos, you go to jail. You go to jail. New law, you pass it at midnight, you go to jail. Okay, if that came in, and I wanted to protest about it, if it angered me that much, and I was on the streets like a monkey, fucking smashing cars and screaming, and the cops got me, and if I said, oh, it's not fair, well, you know what? I already know how these laws work, so I can't say it's not fair. I can just go, oh, you got me.
But are you saying, like, what are you saying?
But what I'm saying is that I would, if it was something that meant that much to me, I would
from political.
I would go to ridiculous lengths if I felt that that it impacted my life enough.
Right.
I would definitely go to those lengths. But me personally, if I legally got pulled up on the lengths that I went to,
Yeah.
I would cop it. I would gladly cop it because you know what you're fucking doing. You can't go, to prove a point, I'm going to smash an elderly woman over. That's against the law. Oh, you're treating me unfair. Like, that's bullshit. That's fucking dumb logic.
If we
Two
want
wrongs don't
democracy,
make it right.
if we want, it's like if we want democracy with a free society, it's like we've got to respect people when they say, and they go, you can't break law. We have a democratic society.
But also, it makes you such a selfish cunt. It's like, yeah, you want to get your voice heard, but you go into this level, and if you go into a level where you're harming other people directly, whether it's their car or whether it's their person or fucking whatever, if you go into that nth degree, then come on, dude. If the cops come knocking, you better. You can't jump up and down and go, no.
You can't say I'm getting persecuted.
Exactly.
When
you're a fucking
a free society is not anarchy. A free because I don't even think people who protest, they want anarchy kind of thing because they don't want to get bashed up by people who think they're better than it.
Yeah.
Because they think they're better than people protesting. They're better than the cops. But if we lived in anarchy, there'll be people who will be like despot cops kind of thing. That would go. There'll be wars. If there's some kind of democratic system, it allows for people to, to talk on the radio and say, I like this, I don't like this, like that kind of thing. We've got freedom of speech.
And a civilized way of discussing things.
Like we are sort of now, but...
Yeah, like we're talking about this now, and I'm pretty here's hoping we don't get arrested next week. But
what about you? What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
My thoughts on protesting is sometimes it's necessary. Like if you feel strongly enough about any topic that's part of the public domain and affects the public to a greater level, then
your backyard.
Like if you want to put another level on your house, and there's local law that says you're not allowed to because it's obstructing view and that kind of thing, then go fuck yourself, fuck off. You live there, deal with that. It's the only thing you're thinking about is you, so shut up.
Backyard.
But if you are looking at something that is going to affect the greater population, like if it's not the greater population, but if it's the population, like a certain element of the population which is being treated unfairly, and you can
if you
can look at it and say the reasons why you think it's being treated unfairly,
almost like a law court kind of thing. You can.
So you're running through point by point.
Basically,
but what about if the government said anyone that's called Morgan Thistlethwaite has to live on a mountain with a banana strapped to his head for the next 10 years of his life with no food?
Yeah.
And you're the only one.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Okay, see, that's why I changed it from the greater population, like to just like any part of the population.
Yeah,
but it's hard to protest.
But you would protest that. If I said to you, you have to live on a mountain with no food for the next 10 years in a fucking hut with a banana strapped to your head, and you don't want that situation.
If I don't want the situation, then
and
I would.
What levels of protest would you do?
Well,
After burning
you know
the
what?
church down.
To be honest with you, if somebody passed that law, I'd be like, if I don't have to deal with you cunts, I'm cool. I live on a mountain with a banana strapped to my head. I don't care. No, but realistically speaking, that is,
it's a dumb example.
It's a dumb example.
Protesting usually, it's a group of people. Protesting is not as effective for one person going, "No, I'm not happy." Just looks like a raining. Some guy on a soapbox kind of thing.
You need to be the 99%.
You've got
occupy the corner of the
There's
street.
got to be, like a point behind what you're protesting about. Like if you're protesting that, global warming is an issue, and there's a bunch of people out there going, yes, global warming's an issue. What's your point? why are you protesting? Like, if you don't have a point, if you're just saying, I'm...
It's an issue. How do
Yeah,
we fix it?
there's
I
an
don't
issue,
know. I just
yeah.
heard that this is
Yeah.
apparently the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
what solutions do you have?
So you
Do
need
you have a-
solutions when you do a protest.
Yeah, like, there's like, you...
It's like a utopian.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really hard though, because like, you know, I've never grown up in a country where people are being actually persecuted, actually being, you know, put up against the wall and shot for, you know, not believing and not
For having a different voice.
you know what's
Yeah,
funny?
yeah.
We in
So
Australia,
we're in such a privileged position to, you
Yeah.
know, talk about this shit.
we have the right. You know, we can go to a pub and sit down, have a few beers, and talk about how angry we are about maybe the new carbon law tax that came in, or perhaps gay marriage. I can sit here with a beer, with a meal, talk about how much gay marriage is an issue, and I'm really angry that the government doesn't pass it. We can go home, wake up the next day, and continue our life.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and this is a thing that was released recently, somewhere in Africa, I'm not too sure where, but
Yeah.
they found a little girl, and it was like 8 or 9 years old, and they said, okay, what are the 2 biggest things in your life that you're worried about?
Mm.
And it wasn't Janine at school's teasing me, or like, Mum and Dad won't update the internet speed. This is what this kid said. They said, first one, starving to death.
Mm.
Second one, being eaten by hyenas.
Yeah.
So, you know what? If the fact that we're over here, we can sit around
And talk
and have these
and
conversations.
shout.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Fuck,
And
seriously.
yeah, it's exactly like
You only care about your own fucking intellectual
so, like,
backyard.
yeah.
Like,
So yeah, basically,
you don't care.
like yeah, there's people who are complaining about so social. I hate the people saying, "Oh, worry about our own backyard here," kind of thing, and like, well, your backyard's pretty good. If your backyard's pretty good, why even complain about your backyard, kind of thing? Like, if you like,
Or you're intellectual as well.
yeah, like yeah,
I'll care about it because it makes me feel good.
yeah, like yeah, and if you want to protest, why don't we get these, the Occupy people go to Africa and protest there and say, let's protest about these regimes, kind of thing.
Look, I'm perfectly happy for the Occupy people to be protesting about the various things that they're protesting about. But
Yeah,
it's,
kudos to them for their energy.
like,
man, yeah.
there's a bunch of different things, like Occupy Melbourne, as far as I understand it, which is very little.
It's a clusterfuck. Of
Yeah,
things.
it's a bunch of people coming together, and somebody said, "See what they're doing in New York? Let's do that, but let's do it here. Like, we'll make it a worldwide movement."
Yeah.
It's just.
But
you
it's
know-
not much in Africa and not much in pro-China.
Yeah, I know, but think about it. Like the 99 versus the 1%, which is what it's supposed to be here, but it, that's debatable as to whether that actually makes sense in Australia because of the money distribution. But in Africa, if it was the 99% versus the 1%, the 99% in Africa are fucking on the street.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the 99% are the population. The 1% is the fucking government. Yeah. Also, you're gonna love this.
Oh wait, I got it wrong.
What?
Yeah, sorry, no, yeah, I got it wrong because, the 99% are the people that are poor and starving.
Yes. Yes.
But anyway, too drunk to talk about this.
no, you're gonna love this shit. It's fucking. When I read this, I'm like, what the fuck? So it was in the news survey,
Right.
and they didn't just go. When I first read it, I'm like, is this just an average out? No. Now what they did was they went, okay, you're Australian. What job do you do? I do this. Oh, how much do you earn in that position? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, what about you? What do you do? Okay, how much do you earn? Blah, 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 blah. The survey, the results were, guess how much the average Australian earns per week?
Yeah.
Average Australian earns per week. Not the... just think middle average
Well,
per week.
mean, median, or
Rare.
it's gonna be because if you go by mean, then it's probably mixed. You get that really high people sort of making it seem
Well,
high.
yeah, think about, like, I mean, you and I have worked different jobs in various levels of companies and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but
The
I
middle
wouldn't say.
jobs-
I wouldn't say.
Middle management's like 50,000, I guess, isn't it?
I've never
think
made
about per
$50,000.
Think about per week.
A grand a week is middle, is it?
Well, it turns out the minimum, not minimum, sorry, turns out the average wage for the average Australian, earns, it was like $1,200 or $1,300 per week.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be average.
Yeah.
I don't earn that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, like I need to like
Yeah, the
actually see the
99%.
statistics.
No,
of
you're
this.
not. You're the 50% of the 87% that earn it. Like,
Well, they make 32,000 a year. That's it's like,
yeah.
if that,
We are the 76%.
and we're not earning. So we're below. So we're below average, and we're not starving.
We're fine.
Yeah, I got my V. You got your beer.
Yeah, no, we're all fully supported by various logos that we can subscribe to by paying the almighty dollars.
Yeah, with our iPhones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with our magic
Our
phones that we
magic
get
phones.
virtually for free.
That all
You
the
know-
kids are into. All you young kids love that, don't you? Get it up, yeah.
Yeah.
This,
But we can't be-
podcast got really political.
It got really political. So what did you learn this week, Kieran?
Well,
Out of the things that you learned this week,
I've just learned
what have
that politics.
politics isn't always funny.
Yeah, but like peace out and yeah,
Yeah, it's still interesting to talk
yeah, exactly, exactly, and be yourself if you're a protester or whatever.
Don't be wrong on because he already exists.
Be the moral is
I don't think there's a moral. Is there a moral?
The moral is the hare stored all of the wood while the tortoise spent his life. Oh wait, no, that's two things mixed in.
It's hilarious. You were looking at the wall over there, and I thought you were reading off a thing, and I'm like, wait, it's a blank wall.
Like a projector.
Oh dear.
I've learnt. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in North Korea. I don't know.
That's fair enough. That's a good lesson to learn. What about you, Andy?
Fuck. What have I learnt this week? There's stories behind it, but fucking what doesn't matter. The lesson I learnt this week was that sometimes life can get you bogged down in silly things. Things that don't really matter. Things that don't help your happiness in life. And when you think about it, they don't really matter. So, you know what? Sometimes just pretend that you live on an island and someone's walked up to you and they've told you their problems. And you're on an island and they've gone, oh, but there's this and there's that and there's this bill or there's that person. You're on an island. And it seems so crazy to talk about it like this, but yeah. The lesson I learned was to fucking chill out sometimes. Don't let shit.
That's it.
Yeah, just chill out.
Just
Like,
fucking chill out sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, like, you know, like sometimes you can overhype things for yourself and make them seem a bit more important than what they really are.
No, I understand because we've evolved to have brains that can think ahead and potentially plan things. We sometimes think the worst kind of thing, and we actually think that's naturally going to happen when it's just a forward planning prepares us for the worst. But we shouldn't accept that that's
We have a dispenser.
reality. That's not reality. That's just our brain being creative and imagining all possible scenarios, and we seem to attach meaning to our thoughts too much sometimes.
Yeah.
But thoughts are pretty cool too. Because they come. Yeah, that's who we are.
Exactly.
With our thoughts, we make the world, and we think, therefore we are. And
I think I am.
I don't know.
What about you? What lesson have you learned this
What
week?
have I learned this week? I've learned that if you're have, projects that you're doing outside of, like if you work for a certain amount of time a week, and then you like have your projects that you want to do that, actually involve a bit of time and dedication to do them in that spare time.
Yep.
Don't get drunk the night before. It just fucks up your schedule completely. It's a pretty simple lesson. I don't know if I've learned it, because I'm probably going to do it next week too.
Was that something this week?
Oh yeah. Oh, like with the comic project thing, the Aramis Gothboy thing. Yeah. Like I'm working at that, and it's going in it's tiny increments that it is.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I said to myself was I'm going to at least do a blog post every week, just to let people know where I'm at, even if it went wrong.
Yep.
Just put that thing out every week.
Mm-hmm.
This week I sat down and I was like, here's some thoughts. What's been going on? Oh, today hasn't gone very well because I'm hungover. Sat there for about 3 hours staring at the screen going, I don't know what to add to that. I don't think anybody wants to know that. I'm just going to delete that. And, just pretend it never happened. Next week.
Does anyone in the internet world want us to give them any advice?
Look, I put it out there earlier tonight, just on the Potato Revolution page on Facebook, one of our corporate sponsors. And I basically said that we'd be here in the studio doing our thing.
Yep.
And told them that we'd be talking about protesting.
And we got porn posted on
smartphones.
it.
And, I got two responses. One was from my brother, God bless him. He likes this, so I think that's awesome. Emerson, you're a dude, and I love you.
Yeah. So what's the suggestion?
He doesn't have a suggestion. He just likes it. Yeah.
He likes the concept.
He just likes the fact that we're here.
He likes it without, but you don't want to get involved.
Yeah, I can deal with that. And then the other person is a young lad named Paul Starr. And he's trying to be funny, and he's I don't know, maybe it's successful, maybe it's not. Like I'll let you be the judge. I'm not the comedy person here. My phone just turned off. You know what? This is an amazing phone, but it turns off every day.
Glad I got my fucking.
So basically, I've put up the post saying we'll be in the studio recording an episode for the podcast. And he's responded with the words recording an episode, but he's put the word recording in inverted commas and the word episode in inverted commas. And I think that's, I don't know, he's
it's a very gay innuendo.
What is that? Is it a gay innuendo, or is it just like it's innuendo anyway? I don't know like where he's going with that, but
I think it's innuendo that's supposed to lead into your endo.
Into my endo. Well, we'll see how we go tomorrow when I catch up with him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon we should wrap this up.
I think we should wrap
it up.
Can we wrap it up? Wrap it up. Take it down to the extra.
Oh yeah, look at me next to you, sitting on a chair doing a poo. Look at you.
I'm not doing a poo.
The thing. I know I am.
Get out of my house.
Well, I did wee myself the other night.
Yeah, look,
I'll save that for another.
No, you've just
taken that for another podcast.
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all for listening. It's been it's been a long one, and I'm not talking about my penis.
I was going to go there, but you went there first.
You always go to my penis first.
Your clitoris.
Yeah.
Don't talk about my clitoris. It's been another episode of.
Yeah, it was good. It was a bit long. But
you know what? We don't need to do this follow-up wrap-up thing. We just could say goodbye and we don't.
No, we can if you want.
Yeah.
I particularly want to.
You want to talk about it?
I do.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you for listening.
How do you think the show went tonight?
No.
I think I was particularly good when I mentioned that thing about the protesting. That was amazing.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
No. Well, look. All I wanted to say was thank you for listening.
Oh, I'm here. I'm not listening to you.
For listening.
Who are you talking to?
And thank you for listening to me. I hope to still be doing podcasts.
You'll be doing many a podcast into, the time until you leave. Yeah. And then we'll work out how to make the internet do our bidding, because we have a geeky friend that can make that happen. It's not me. It's not you. Ben? Oh my god.
Anyway.
All right. What?